Hey guys, it's me, Stephanie, with Quotes of a Queen, where we talk about real topics in real time. And today's quote is taking matters into our own hands. And what we're going to call this episode is the first episode of Quiendome Nights. And the reason why I wanted to start Quiendome Nights is because of the simple fact when the world is kind of shut down, and everything is all quiet. I want people to be able to have something that they can watch maybe before bed, when you put the kids to sleep and you can kind of, simmer down. And we all know that when we put those kids to bed, because we have to be supermen and women for those kids, being a good role model of strength, love, and knowledge. And so, I know us as adults that at night we may, put on this face in the day, but at night when everything, like I said, is quiet, those problems or issues that you may have will rear its ugly head up. And we want to make sure that we are taking everything to the Most High in prayer. And we also want to make sure that we are plucking these things out that may affect us from the root. Not just like, you're shaving with hair and it's back in a couple of days, but to pluck it out from the root. And even if it comes back, it's going to take a while, for it to come back. Because just because we may go through an obstacle today doesn't mean it won't be back 3 months later. But we will know how to pluck that thing out at the root and get it on out of the way. Just like you have to get those weeds up out of your garden, pluck that up and get it on out of the way. Anywho, so as it pertains to taking things into our own hands, we can really mess up the order of things and how the Most High is really wanting to, work some things out in our lives for mistakes that we may be making and for us to try to handle it on our own. Just like if we take things into our own hands and it's something that we want and we say, hey, I'm going for it. I want it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it. And that's going to be outside of the Most High's instruction, which will have you in a bad way every time. Or even if it seems like you've handled it yourself and you seem like the outcome is good, it's a matter of time for that thing breaks down. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that we are not being deceived, thinking that it's us that is doing anything that is um, good in our lives, and that result that it produced was not because of us. We need to make sure that we're giving the glory where it belongs. And like I said, stop taking matters into our own hands as well, and stop complaining. Because I've took things that matters into my own hands plenty of times, not once, not twice, but many a times over my life. And life has been the best teacher to show me that, baby, you think you know what you're doing, you think you know what you want, but you really don't. Because our Creator is the only one who knows what's best for us. He's our manufacturer, not ourselves. So we should be going to him every time we're making a decision, not making it a habit because habits can be broken, but making it a mindset. Because when your mindset is changed, that's because you have repetitively um, allowed information that is new, that is positive, that will get you on the right track to come in. And as you put that in, whatever issue that has been bad, whatever habits that have been bad, will eventually be flushed out because good and bad cannot exist in the same space. And we all know that good, which comes from our Father, is more powerful than any agent of darkness. So, when we take matters into our own hands, we enable people. And what I mean by that, let me give an example. You have, say, it's a young man who, is in school, college, whatever he may be doing, and he's, the funds that he has, he was not a good steward of them. Say the mom or dad says, don't worry, it's okay. We'll pay for this. We'll send you more money. We'll put more money on your credit card. You have just took matters into your own hands, and you have just gotten in the way of what the Most High is trying to teach your son. Because see, even though it looks like we may be helping them as parents, we're really enabling them whenever they have messed up, and we all make mistakes. But when you become a repeat offender and making the same mistakes over and over again, and then you, as a parent, continue to break that fall, saying, "Oh, I got you, I got you, I got you," you are creating a monster, and you don't even know it. And you think you're helping, but see, that's where the enemy gets you. As a parent, you think you're helping, you think you're doing the right thing, but giving your kids things all the time is not good parenting. Because, like I said, you've taken matters into your own hands as to where the Most High may have said, no, they need to sit in that uncomfortableness. As long as they have food and clothing on their back, all the extras, they won't have that for a while. Because the funds that I gave them, that the monetary means that I gave them to use it wisely and do the things that they should be doing with it, they did not do it. So therefore, they need to learn this lesson. So I'm telling you, moms, dads, you have to, and I've seen this done to grown adults where parents have been enabling them since they were young. You have to let them learn the lesson. You can't come in and save them. SOS. And when they put that SOS up, you can't come in and save them because, like I said, that you just then took matters into your own hands, which the Most High has a problem with. Because now you're, stunning the growth of this child or this adult, which is still a child because you're acting in a childlike manner, and you're always going to be a child to the Most High, no matter how old we get. So you're study enabling this child even as into their, adult years. And it has to stop. You have to go through. You have to be burnt by that stove enough times where you will say, I no longer want to be burnt. I no longer want to touch that stove because that stove is hot. I've touched that stove so many times that I'm tired of touching it. It is then the mindset of that person who's been enabled will change into a more independent mindset, into a relationship of leaning on the Most High for their issues, so that they may receive the correct instruction on how to get out and how not to run back into the same burning house. But how can we do that if you have, like I said, people out here that wants to, that wants to make that the definition of good parenting, what you can give your kid. Sometimes it's what you can't give your kid that will teach them. That way, when they understand that it was the Most High who got them out of that muck and mire and out of that valley, and of course, in reality, when we talk about physicality, it was Him and, ourselves who have got up out of this, you become strengthened. You become a warrior of life. Because you say nothing is too big. If He did it before, He'll do it again. So I just want, everybody out there to know that, you want to be careful about taking things into your own hands. Because you can take things into your own hands and, like I said, miss out on a lot of things that was right around the corner for you. But because you wanted to take it into your own hands, because you wanted to say, I got it, I'm in control, you are now, or should I say, you have now lost control like never before. You were on the right track. Because it said, those who wait upon the Most High shall renew their strength and mount up like an eagle with wings. And that word is played out to be true over and over again. Start utilizing the word. Start understanding that being in an uncomfortable state is making you better. Because trouble don't last always. This too shall pass. And once it passes, when the next obstacle comes, you're going to say, this is a piece of cake. When the next obstacle come after that, the enemy going to know he got to bring the pain when he come. So the obstacle may be greater. But guess what? Our Father is bigger than any obstacle that the enemy could ever throw your way. So I just want you to, first of all, we have to work on relationship. Because that's the only way that you are going to be able to not take matters into your own hands. Because we're naturally have an instantaneous appetite for things to be accomplished in our lives and done, and we feel like it needs to be done now. When I want it, I want it. Like that J.G. Wentworth, I want my money and I want it now. And by the way, the reason I brought them up is because I've used them in the past, and I'd be danged if they didn't give me my money now. But on the back end, they will eat you up in interest. So watch it when you want to go to J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. Call now. But no, in all reality, y'all, I just wanted to stop in tonight. As y'all can see, I got the little night bonnet on my head, you know. But when you get a word, you can't wait on it. Oh, I got to be looking good. I got to be looking perfect. Because what I always remind myself is that this is not my word. And anybody else who's speaking positive or giving a word to help and edify their communities, friends, and family, it's not your word. So don't be stingy. Support one another. Because the more power, more prayer, the more voices out here speaking this real talk. Let's go, y'all. You don't have to walk a perfect line. He loves you with flaws and all. If he didn't, or if he hadn't, you would know it. But let the enemy tell it, let Satan tell it, you're not worthy to even speak to the Most High because of things that you may have done or mistakes you have made. If you never speak to him about the flaws and the mistakes that you made and be open and transparent about it, because prayer is only communing with him, talking with him. It's a relationship. But so many are caught up in religion. So they go through the motions, and because they feel like they sit in the church Monday through Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, if that is even a thing, because I think I said the days backwards and forwards, but hey, some of these people don't know if they're going backwards, forwards, they all over the place. Let's be real. So we have to make sure that we being anchored, y'all. Anchored in him, anchored in love, anchored in realness. Be real, be raw, be your authentic self. And don't let the world put you in a box. Because see, they ain't got a heaven to put you in. Or a hell to put you in, or a heaven to kick you out of. So don't worry about pleasing people. Because like I always say, people will kill you if you let them. But do not take matters into your own hands. I would advise you to take everything that you deal with, that you make a decision for, go and put it before the Father. Go and put it before the checker. Let him proofread. Let him confirm. Because just because it's something that you want, he might say, no, not right now. And see, parents, we quick to tell our kids that, no, you ain't getting that right now. You don't need it. But we can't take that instruction from our daddy? Let's think about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like what they say out of New York, let's talk about it. Let's talk. But I love y'all, man. I thank y'all for the support. I love to do this. I done always ran my mouth since I was younger. And now I know, why he purposed that and why he placed that in me. And whatever he placed in you, I pray that it will flourish. I pray that it will make you the person that you've been put here to be. I pray over any entrepreneurs that's trying to, get their business going in a lucrative way. I pray that you be prosperous in all that you do. I pray that you will love and let love but guard your heart above all else. Yeah, let's stay out of God's way. Let's let him work his thing. If you really love a person, you will tell him the truth. If you really love a person, when he tell you to move out of his way, you'll move out of his way. Especially if you've already tried to help people. Move out of his way, because you can't do it like he can. Only he can do it. We are just his hands and feet in the earth. Because check on your strong friends, y'all. That's a real thing. Check on your strong friends. Don't assume that, they got it all together, they this, they that. Check on your strong friends. Especially if they're always checking on you, especially if they're always there for you. We got to uplift one another, y'all, and draw strength. Draw strength from one another. Because we all, like I said, should be working on being our best self, being our strongest self, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Take care of yourself health wise, so that you may be able to live out that plan. Whether running a business, whether you sing, whether whatever you're doing, whatever gift that you've been given, we have to be well physically in order to actually push those things out in the atmosphere and be a blessing and also be blessed. I love y'all. Don't forget, check me out on Facebook. A lot of these videos, I said Facebook again. Y'all, I do this every time. Check me out on YouTube. YouTube. At Queendom, Courts of a Queen. Where we talk about real topics in real time. Some of these videos that are on YouTube are not on Facebook. So if you want to see some of the content that you haven't seen on Facebook, go ahead and go over to Queendom, like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. And it would really help a lot to keep getting these words out. And talk to me in the comments. If y'all got something y'all want to say or feel like, talk to me. Talk back to me. Talk to me. I talk back and I talk black. Okay? All right, y'all. Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else. We want to keep it real. We want to keep it raw. And want to keep it with all love. All love. And once again, like I said, focus. Keep your eyes stayed on the prize, so that you may be effective not only in the earth, but even when you pass on in the kingdom. I love you. Peace and blessings. This is Stephanie checking out with Quotes of a Queen, where we talk about real topics in real time. See you next time.